Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a Premier League prediction. This is after doing it, after writing it down, so I know what's going to happen, and I've gone into a bit of a weird way. So I've done it as a prediction, 1st to 20th, and I've sort of predicted how they're going to do, when they're going to win, when they're going to lose, who they might win against, who they're going to lose against. So it's a bit different to how most people do it, and it's also my first Premier League prediction. But from now on, every day on Monday at 4 p.m, I'm going to have a predictions for the week. This week I'm not going to have one because I'm going to have the Premier League prediction. But next week I will have one. And I'm also thinking about doing fantasy league ideas. For example, copying first place of the last game week and seeing how many points I get. I don't know, tell me what you think about that in the comment section. Okay, let's get into first. In first place, I think it's going to be Liverpool. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm a big fan of Liverpool. I am a huge fan, but I'll try not to be biased. I do think they're underrated this season. I think maybe because they just haven't got any buys, people think, oh, they've not got a chance of winning. But I don't think they need buys. Because I think if you really think about it, they are the team that won the Premier League and the season before won the Champions League. Now, yes, they haven't bought anyone, but I don't think they needed to. Last season we had a lot of injuries, so I think that is the reason why we didn't win. And we still got third with Henderson at the back. So I don't know what that tells you, but I think Liverpool have got us in the back. I think we're definitely going to win. I think we could go unbeaten. We probably won't, because it'll be very hard, but I think we're going to win by quite a lot of points. And I don't know, I just think we're going to win. Now, the complete opposite of Liverpool is Chelsea. I think Chelsea will be second. They're making great transfers this season, and I think on paper they should definitely win. However, I think Liverpool have just got first place. I think the manager's better, and I think the spirit and the team are better. But I definitely think Chelsea will definitely get second. I think they'll be close to City by 5 points, and that takes on to third. I think third will be City. I think City will get third quite easily. I think they'll be a bit ahead of Leicester in the next place, so I just ruined it, didn't I? I'm not very good at YouTube, am I? But, you know what I mean, I think they're going to be there for a while. They might flop up to second, but I don't think anyone's going to get too far ahead of first. I think they're going to go unbeaten for a bit. Oh no, they've already lost. So, you know, they're definitely not going unbeaten, but I don't think they're going to win at all, I'm joking. But I think they're just going to have a okay season for them. Not the best season. Not a really bad season either. I just think, on paper, they should definitely be doing well. But I think it's not all about paper. I think it's about the team. I don't think their team's that good. Because they're plastic fans as well. Leicester City. In fourth, we have Leicester. I think Leicester's going to be themselves. The strong team they are. I think they're going to be battling City all the way and even taking over Chelsea sometimes. I think they're going to do really well. Whereas I think a lot of teams are going to do a bit worse after Christmas. I think Chelsea are going to stick with it and keep doing what they are, and I think Leicester will do that as well. I think Leicester, however, will stay strong throughout the entire season, not really having any bits where they go really bad. Okay, so that's how they're going to secure fourth place. Let's get on to fifth. Man United. I think United will do well this year. I think they'll be fourth by 3 points away from Leicester. And I think the entirety of third to fifth, maybe further, is going to be a few points. So I think United are going to be fifth this season. I think after Christmas, and they'll just lose. And then they'll go back up. I think City may fall down to fifth with them. But I think United is going to play well this season. I think they're going to be a cracking squad. I think they should be doing better than fifth, really. On paper, again. But, again, paper's not everything. And I don't think they're getting any higher than fifth. We'll see. I'm excited to see how many of these I actually get correct. Because some of these are a bit... and I'm not the smartest in football. This is my first Premier League prediction ever. So, it'll be exciting to see, especially seeing how they do weekly. Seeing if any of my predictions are right. But in sixth, I think Spurs will be there. I think they have a strong team, but I think they'll go on a losing spree near the end of the season. I think they'll be strong, but lose 2 times in a row every so often. I don't think they'll do that bad. I think they'll bring it back and get 6th place. I don't think they're going to be too close to 7th, which, in my opinion, is going to be Wolves. That's right. I think Wolves are going to do well this season. I think they're a cracking squad. I think they're just going to play really well, some good football. And I think they're going to scare some of the bigger teams. And I think they're going to run through some of the smaller teams as well. So I think they'll just have a really good season getting this place. I think sometimes they'll go up, sometimes they'll go down. But I definitely think they will do very well. I've actually gone for a weird pick. Next up. Okay. So, in 8th, sorry, I forgot the place then, is Arsenal. I know, it's a bit of a weird pick. Usually they'll be a lot lower. I think they should have been like 14th. But I think they're going to do better this season. I think they're going to bring it back and go back to, not glory at all, but a bit better and get 14th. I don't think they're going to do well. I don't think, not 14th. I think they'll go down to 14th at some point. But I think they're going to do fine. I mean, it's not too bad. Top 8. Just a normal choice in my opinion. I think they're nowhere near the glory days. I definitely don't think they're going unbeaten. I don't think they're doing any of the glory. I think they're just going to stay there. Watford. In 9th, I think Watford are going to be there. I think they're going to have a better season than most people think. I think they're going to win a few games, tie a few games, and lose a few games. I think it's going to have an average season. But I think they're going to stay and even get better and progress throughout the season. In 10th, we have Everton. I think Everton is going to do okay. I think they're just going to get here. I think they're going to go on a winning streak right after Christmas. And then I think they're going to go on a losing streak of 3, 4, and losing their place and going back down to 10th the last 5 games of the season. But I think it's a really good place for them. I think Everton fans should be proud. I also think they could do worse than this. I don't think they could do better, but I think it's a strong place for Everton to play, so I think it will be a challenge for them to get there. But I think they can do it. Leeds. I think Leeds will be in 11th. I think they'll beat some of the top 7 like last season. I think they'll do really well against the good teams. But I think they'll have some shocking games against the bad teams. I think they'll win an insane game against City like by 3 goals. And then lose to a relegation team. Cause them to be 11th. I think what they need to improve on is how they take worse teams. Because for some reason they're amazing against the better teams. But in the worst teams they lose a lot, so West Ham. I think it'll just be a relaxing season for them. I think they'll be 12th. I think they'll just dominate the lower 10. And they'll have a lot of 0-0 games. I think mainly they'll just get 1 goal. And I think it'll just be a bit of a boring season for West Ham, really. I think their games are going to be quite boring. But maybe we'll see something special come out of them. But I don't see that coming out. Brentford. In 13th we have Brentford. Now this wasn't where I was going to put them until I learnt some new information quite recently. So for a lot of people that don't know, and I got this from the What's Good podcast, who got it from the news. Sweden have a partner team, which is Brentford. Brentford has a partner team in Sweden. So the Sweden team do test tactics. So I think this season, Brentford will be using some of those tactics to test them. I think some of them will be really good, but I don't think they'll keep any tactic for a while. Switching tactics to see which fits. And then I think next season, I don't think they get relegated. I think next season they're going to do really well. By showing off the tactics, I might become a team a bit like Wolves. Hopefully. Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace will get 14th. I think they'll be fine. They'll lose a lot, but they don't have to worry about relegation. I think they'll get some really good wins there as well. And I think they'll have a really good goal around Christmas. Newcastle. In 15th, I think Newcastle will be there. I think they'll be fighting for their life. I think they'll have some shock wins though that bring them back. I think they'll be in relegation for the 4 games after Christmas though. Then they stay in top 15 and keep pushing. Not going above 15th really though. Brighton. I think Brighton will be a threat to Newcastle and to many of the teams in relegation battle. I think they'll be 16th. I think they'll be cushioned to get up. I think they'll always push against Newcastle. Eventually, when they play each other, Newcastle will win one. Brighton will thrash them on the other by 3 goals maybe. And then I think they'll just stay 16th. Burnley. I think Burnley were fighting to get out of relegation. I think they'll go all the way down to 11th. All the way up to 11th. I mean, sorry about that, guys. I'm not the best at YouTube. I think they'll go all the way up to 11th. And then drop down to 19th. Fighting to get out. And I think the team that's going to be fighting them a lot will be Norwich. I think they'll be pushing, only making it out by 3 points. Yeah. Wait. 90. Yeah, so I think they'll be there. I think they'll be really, really pushing to get out. But I think eventually they'll fall and be relegated. Aston Villa, I think they'll be losing a lot. They'll stay right at the bottom after a few games, and I don't think they'll ever leave the bottom. I think they'll be down there the entire time. Now, I've actually made a bit of a mistake here, guys. And I'm really, really sorry. I don't know how I've done this. Let me just quickly check. I've accidentally said Burnley will not be relegated in 18th. They are relegated. They are getting relegated. Brighton, however, will be staying with fighting. But Norwich City will be fighting Burnley the entire time, though. They'll be pushing against each other. However, I think Aston Villa will just stay at the bottom. I think they're going to have a shocking performance. I don't think they're going to get out of the bottom. And I think they're going to have a tough year. So that's my Premier League predictions, guys. I know it was a bit scuffed. I know it wasn't the best one you probably heard. And I know a lot of people aren't watching right now. If you're still watching, comment bad. But I will be doing this every week for the weekly predictions, and I'm hoping it will get better and better. Comment in the comment section what I can improve on and what you think of my ranking, and maybe put your own down there. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry it wasn't the best. Like and subscribe if you thought it was good. Maybe subscribe for a bit and then unsubscribe on the next one if it's not good. But just to see if it's any good. Sorry guys, it's not the best one ever. Goodbye. I'll see you next Monday. I'll be here. You'll be here, hopefully. We'll all be here. With any luck. Goodbye.